One of the main guys.
Kind of one of the main guys.
Can you hear me calling out your name? We're Man City and we're on the piss again. Something's happening to me. Spent all my money on drugs and City. Oh, I would follow you everywhere. Oh, I would follow you everywhere. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. All right, this thing's getting started up soon.
One of the main guys.
Oh, great ball sent cross. Yeah! Thank you! It's not a dream! Dream fun! Live it up, bird boy! Live it up!
Hey, everybody! It's us. We're back. It's the noisy neighbors. We didn't die. They tried. They tried to take us out. Mother Nature tried to come and get me. And I told her, same thing I tell all my enemies. Come get some, dude, right here. Suck me. It's me, Joey McCune, joined as always by Mark Mulvaney, who has also not perished. All right,
Still
Mulv.
here, brother. Still
Yeah,
here.
dude. They tried.
Yeah. Yo, the wind was coming in wicked.
Bro.
Big weather.
Like tornado sirens for a solid half hour, 45 minutes down here. Just power flickering is great.
Big rain.
Uh-huh.
I did sneak out and get my Starbucks for this, but
yeah, I needed something a little heavier than that. Just take the edge off, you know what I mean?
Ellie can't believe we are alive. Thank you for your concern, Ellie.
Yeah, at least someone cares, you know what I mean? Oh. Yeah. Well,
all right.
Up your kilt there, bud. Let's do a live show.
Let's go. Okay, so the title of this track is Gundogan'S Future.
Tight.
So a lot of our brethren in the, the content game, the City content game, have been putting out transfer content.
Yeah, because they're all ITK. You know what I mean?
That's right. Whether it be podcasts or videos or whatever. So it just got me thinking about Gundogan, and just want to give him a bit of a shout. Get your feelings on him. What you think his future might be. But I thought we would do a Gundogan sandwich. Meaning, let's start with. I want to hear what you thought about.
That's called a falafel.
Hear what you thought about Bristol City performance, and then on the other side of the transfer talk, Gundogan chat, I thought we'd do a quick look at Newcastle. Yeah,
sounds good to me.
So, just high level, mate. Thoughts on the performance against Bristol City? City beat them 3-0, pretty comfortable in the end. What'd you make of it?
Well, I saw about 15 minutes of this.
Great, we're off to a great start.
Yep, crushing it. I was at work and I had it on my TV in the construction trailer, and my monitor in there, but there was like a high level meeting going on like in the office next to me, so I kept having to like pop out and be like, "We good?" or "You guys need anything?" and then go back in and like have to watch.
Why are you not in the high level meeting?
Above my tax bracket, brother. That ain't me. I'm one of the minor guys in this construction game.
You're not one of the main guys?
Not yet. I'm coming though. I'm gonna take it.
Kind of one of the main guys.
Yeah, not yet. I got time. So yeah, I loved the lineup. I thought the lineup was good. It's more or less what we had called for on the show this week, minus one player, I think. I think it was just Mahrez, and I think because we had said Grealish. Other than that, I think it was the entire lineup.
Yeah.
I liked the lineup. I thought that, I mean, this is not going to be a shocker to anyone that listens to this show, that Phil made everything tick. He is a lightning rod anytime he's in the side. He continues to show it now that he's getting more minutes for, wherever he was out. But when he plays, it's him. He's him.
One of the main guys.
Definitely. Good goals. Bristol didn't offer a ton.
I thought they were good though, Bristol.
Good, but
they put up a good fight for probably half an hour.
Right, yeah. That's what I'm saying. They didn't put up a ton. So 2/3 of the match was just it's all City. But yeah, I'm happy with it. Happy with the result. Decent draw. And
nice draw.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get the exact draw I wanted.
True.
So I guess that will
You don't
have to
want that
wait.
draw, man. You don't want that draw.
No, you don't want that draw, brother. I don't think you want that draw, my guy.
Shark team, love it.
Actually, no. Oh God, it's all gone wrong. Yeah, so I think that good performance overall. I liked seeing Phil have good minutes, and I thought Kalvin looked decent.
Yeah, let's talk about him for a minute.
Yeah.
Because I was asking for him to be put in an 11, non-fringe players, right? So, I mean, looking at that 11, I mean, Rico Lewis has sort of established himself as not really a fringe guy anymore,
Right, yeah.
like proper. So I think I got my wish in that Kalvin was right in the heart of a normal Man City side. So I thought he was okay. He wasn't bad. He definitely looks like a guy that's been put into the most difficult position in a Pep Guardiola team and hasn't played there before,
Yeah.
While he was a little bit sloppy early on, I thought he really grew into the game, and you could see how it could work out for him there if he gets to play there more often. So the problem he's going to have is we're sort of in the business end of the season now.
Yep.
And he was injured during the period where he probably should have gotten those minutes to really make himself worthy of being the backup if Rodri should be out. At this point in time, like let's say Rodri, fingers crossed, touch wood, but let's say he would to have to miss some games. I don't know if Phillips would walk right in at the moment. I almost feel like Pep might maneuver around it, maybe with a Gundogan or something like that.
Gundo.
Yeah, just because it's such a difficult position to just walk into with no experience. But yeah, I thought it was promising. I'll just leave it at that. I thought it was promising for Kalvin. Yeah.
Yeah, I think if we wouldn't have gotten knocked out of the League Cup or the Carabao, I think he probably would have gotten a little more time. But for right now, I think he at least gets the rest of the what?
Sorry, the main guys are popping off in the chat.
Good. No, that's good. That's
One of the main guys.
Is that me?
No, it's Geordie.
Oh, okay.
I've got Geordie.
Right.
One of the main guys.
One of the main guys.
LB.
Kind of one of the main guys.
Kind of one of the main guys. I got to get LB down. I'm going to deep fake LB.
That's a decent LB, to be honest.
Yeah, for just off the dome. Yeah, if I listen to it enough, I bet I can get it down. And then it can really annoy them. I'll send him voice messages on WhatsApp as him. Oh, okay. But yeah, back to Kalvin. I think that for the rest of the FA Cup matches, it's got to be him in the 6. So I think I would use him the same way we use Ortega.
Okay.
So Ortega's the cup keeper. If Kalvin's fit, I think he should be the cup 6.
All right.
And then I think you put that same midfield around him, maybe Kevin and Bernardo. Yeah.
Yeah, that was very nice.
So I think that's the way you go because Bernardo runs enough that Kalvin doesn't have to cover as much ground. And I know people are down on Kalvin because he hasn't played a bunch this season. And there's this whole narrative of like, he's not good enough and he's never going to be good enough and blah, blah, blah. Whereas before we bought him, everyone was on the same train as like, holy shit, it's Fernandinho again.
Yeah. And
then he's out for a while and they're like, this guy's garbage and he'll never pick it up. It's like, all right, well, maybe at least tap the brake. You don't have to stamp on it, but like maybe just a little bit. Yeah, I think he's gonna be fine. I've had this conversation a few times in the last few days via text message with other people. And like,
oh really?
Yeah,
are they already writing him off?
Yeah, for sure.
Shit. Oh, that sucks.
That's not his name.
Kalvin Phillips.
It's not. That's not his name at all.
For those of you in the chat, thoughts on Kalvin Phillips? Or any of you in that bucket of writing him off already, or you with us? He needs to be given more time, and might not be that many opportunities the rest of this season, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But I think he should be here to stay.
He's not going anywhere.
You should at least get next season.
Yeah.
I see, and we'll talk about the midfield in a minute, and transfer rumors, etc. But I want to get back to Philip Foden, who there were rumors that he was one of the bad faces. Do you remember this?
I think he's just a baddie. You know what I mean?
Definitely a baddie.
Mhm.
Yeah. At the time, I found that really hard to believe, just because I know he loves. I mean, he's a footballer. He's a baller. He just loves playing. Yeah, like I can see this guy being like one of the best trainers, because that's what training is, just playing football. You know, he's gonna be at his happiest.
Jumping jacks in it.
Yeah. But come to find out, he actually went to Pep and asked to be rested for a bit because his ankle was bothering him. So probably more to do with injury, why he was missing out than anything else, attitude and that. So like I've been saying, I love what Jack Grealish has been doing. He's been incredible. But Jack Grealish's top level is probably Phil's, middle.
Mid. Yeah. Yep.
So if we can get Phil firing on all cylinders and Jack can stay hot as well, give the manager something to think about on both wings. Mara's been in good form as well.
Yep.
But games, every 3 days, you can't play the same two wingers every 3 days. So having Phil back in the mix in the form that he's in, like he was in against Bristol City, amazing. A great finish for him, by the way. The first one for sure. I know it's on his left foot, which is a strong foot, but still, I think that defender was sliding in, so he couldn't go low. Had to sort of roof it. It was coming at him at pace. I thought it was a really good finish.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I counted the second one as his too. I know it's deflected, but
yeah.
I feel like that's going in.
They might have hooked off the inside of the post, maybe.
He yelled bank shot when he hit it.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah, I heard it. He said bank shot, and then
bank.
The old bank, dude.
That's right. So what are they saying in the chat here? Appreciate
All
everybody in the chat. Hello to Tarek. I'm just going back a ways here.
Okay.
Obviously Kevin and Jake been in from the start with the banter.
Yeah, so I hopped on here. Had you just been actually singing songs for 20 minutes?
I was just doing bits, mate.
Okay, cool.
I was singing. Singing. I can't get that song out of my head.
Which song?
Everywhere. The new one that's popping off.
No idea.
The one where there's the ooh, that one?
No.
Oh, you haven't heard it?
I haven't heard this. I couldn't have the audio on it at work because then my cover would have been blown.
I'll sing it for you Saturday. There's a debate over a certain part of it. In the original song, the words are "oh-I," which is way easier to sing because you can get your "I" as a much wider mouth than "oh." Don't clip that. Anyway, we can debate whether we should sing "oh-I" or "oh woo." Everybody loves the "oh woo," I guess. I don't know.
I love a wide mouth. You know what I mean?
Come on, mate. For eating, for fitness.
Well, obviously, yeah.
Fitness pizza in my mouth.
Yeah. Pizza is exactly what I was going to say. So I'm glad that's what you said.
Yeah. Muddy's in the chat. What's up, mate? Adam, what's up, bro? Johnny Metallica, how are you, pal?
Love your music. It's funny. So Adam brought up Vertical Horizon in the chat.
Why is he bringing up Vertical Horizon?
Somebody, I'll pull it up. Somebody messaged us on Patreon. If you're on Patreon, by the way, and you message us, I try to answer everything. Today, I just saw this one and I didn't know how to respond because it's more or less directed directly at Mulv. It was City Slacker.
Oh.
He said, "Am I allowed to cuss on this?"
Yeah.
Cool. Jesus fucking Christ, Mulv. You do not get to simply drop Jacko Pierce on an international podcast without hearing it. I'm dying. I saw them a lot in the early 90s because that's where the girls were. And then he sent 3 emojis.
Brilliant.
So shout out
City
you and
Slacker.
City Slacker.
Kind of the main guys on the Jacko Pierce scene back in the day.
Yeah, that's
One of the
what I
main
was. Okay, Kevin.
Okay, Jake's in the
Don't-
Awoo column. He loves that. Okay, anything else on 3-0 against Bristol City in the Cup? It's Burnley next. Vincent Kompany comes to town.
Yeah,
Or stays in town. I mean, it's pretty close, Burnley, isn't it?
right. Yeah, it's not far.
Mm.
It's gonna be weird, brother. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I want to win. I don't want to beat Vinny though.
I know.
Like, I want
know.
Vinny to succeed, but I can't. I cannot have him succeed against us.
I know.
I hate it. So, what we need? Who's United playing?
They got a pretty nice draw.
Okay, well, whoever they're playing,
Yeah.
we need that match.
Mm.
Hear me out here. This is a little. Go with me. It's a little off the wall. We need some sort of not cataclysmic natural disaster, but just a sinkhole would work if the teams fell in.
What about a comet?
And then, well, comet I think would do damage to the surrounding areas. A sinkhole would just take the stadium and the players, which would mean City and Burnley both move on.
What about a very small comet?
All right. You know what? Call the comet, dude. Let's do this.
Or the comet. Always back that.
Yeah, it'll be weird. I'm pumped for it though. It'll be interesting to see how Vinny matches up against Pep. Like for the nerdy shit, it's gonna be fun because Vinny is just gonna. I mean, he's like they're like 12 points clear, I think, in the championship, which means he's got 2 weeks to just study City and study Pep and find something. I was thinking this is weird. This whole sentence is gonna be weird. I was thinking about it today in the shower, and just having a go. Yeah. Slathering up, right? I got exfoliating soap all over my body. And I was just thinking, like, if you're Vinny, what do you do? Like, what's the thing you can do to try to slow City down? And I think what you would do is you'd man mark Rodri.
Yeah.
So, like, because he's the safety valve at any point. If we don't have the ball, if we're back deep in our own area and we recover it, he's the safety valve for Ederson and the center backs. If we do have the ball and we're high up the pitch, he's also the safety valve there because if we run out of space, it always goes back to Rodri and then he switches play or he turns and plays it backwards to draw the defense back out. So I feel like that's the easiest thing Vinny can do is man mark him and then I don't know.
I think that's pretty clever, mate. I mean, he's the linchpin, yeah?
Yeah. Now, if it's Kalvin Phillips, that plane goes out the fucking window.
you called for him to be the Cup 6, so
True, but 5D chess. I'm trying to out Megamind over there.
All right, cool. Do you fear, like I do,
Shut up, Peter
that
Frampton.
we might be getting
That was a
too
good joke.
excited about the FA Cup because, as in years past, we get deep into it and then we bin it off because we're too thin and trying to win the Prem and the Champions League. Do
No.
you fear we might get to the semi and then just run out of bodies?
No, because United got one.
Okay. So you think it's pushing us?
Have to. United
Okay.
got one. Arsenal's ahead. I think right now, especially with the way Pep is acting, there is nothing in the way that Pep is acting right now that tells me he's going to look at any competition and be like, meh. I think he is galvanized, I guess, by
Nice.
the board and their stance on the things that have gone on around the club recently.
And the new songs.
True.
New
That's
songs
everyone
carrying
knows.
us.
That's yeah. Pep does get fired up by that. He loves the Pep song, man.
He does. He
I
loves the away fans. They've been amazing lately. It's been fantastic.
they always are. Like City's away fans are just
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Top class, yeah.
We're not doing a shower stream. So first of all, we're going to cut that out right now. Kevin.
Joy McCune.
You cut that off at a part where he almost says ho.
Jake keeps hitting the awoo in the chat.
True.
Right.
Werewolves of London, dude.
Got you down, bro. Yeah, they were actually calling it the werewolf song. The who did we play? Bournemouth.
Right.
Apparently there was a Bournemouth fan, a kid, who said to his dad, "Oh no, they're doing the werewolf song again."
I like
Here's
that.
what it sounds like. Here's what it sounds like.
That's a good name.
All right, cool. All right, let's switch gears, mate. That was Bristol City. Let's talk transfers for a minute, and
here we go.
Particularly the midfield, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think City's midfield will evolve over the next season? He's clearly trying to put somebody next to Rodri, yeah. At the moment, it's a fullback, Bernardo or Rico. He tried it with Walker earlier in the season.
I love it. You said fullback, and the first name that comes out is Bernardo Silva.
I know, that is weird, isn't it? But I wonder if maybe we're transitioning into having a double pivot, having somebody else next to Rodri, especially when you hear some of the names being thrown around. Yeah, I know there are only rumors in that, but names like Declan Rice, Kovacic.
We can throw that Declan Rice one out the window.
Okay,
that's not happening.
Okay, why?
Like, does it make any sense to anybody?
It doesn't make any sense to me.
Okay, cool.
Well, if I'm Declan Rice, because I'm like,
even if I'm City, I'm going to spend $100 million on a defensive midfielder that's Rodri's backup.
Right, but it makes less sense to Declan, I think.
Yeah.
See, when he moves, he's going to want to be,
the guy,
one of the main guys.
Bingo.
One of the main guys.
One of the main guys. I got to work on that. It's more up here, I feel like.
Yeah, here, listen to it again.
Kind of one of the main guys.
Kind of one of the main guys. I'll get there.
It's close.
I'll have to record it and listen it back to myself. But yeah, I don't think it makes any sense for Declan. I don't think it makes any sense for City. The only place it makes sense for is West Ham, because they get rid of the money.
He's too similar to Rodri for me, and too high profile to want to be in the same team as Rodri.
Yep. Just get shown up every week.
Yeah, I think if you could find the next Declan Rice, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That would be okay backing up Rodri. Fine. Because I still think even with Kalvin in there, you could still use another body in that profile. So maybe an up and coming guy.
See, I think the profile we're looking for is just legs. I don't think necessarily Pep wants to go to a double pivot. I think he's just realizing that what we've been doing with pushing the eights so high it's just been a problem. So I think the plan is going forward. My guess would be is that Kevin's going to play a little more withdrawn, and the other 8 will need to be a runner. So that's why when it was Phillips, Kevin, and Bernardo runs a ton. Anytime Bernardo's in the midfield, he does most of the running. Rodri doesn't have to cover as much ground. Kevin doesn't have to cover as much ground. You've got a little more protection behind. So, yeah. Are you... Which one are you
Jake
laughing
just
at?
dropped Paxton from a
Yeah, do you have a problem with that?
Yes.
Why? Because he's a U.S. national team player?
What a spare that is.
What are you talking about?
Hell.
A spare?
Claremont zone.
Starter. He's week in, week out starter. He plays for the U.S. national team.
All right.
I mean, you can say all right all you want, but remember, it's a fact.
Mm.
It is. It's literally undeniable.
Excellent.
He's better than whoever's from your fucking local team. Name one English midfielder at Oldham right now. I'll wait.
I don't pay enough attention to it, mate.
Yeah. Shush, dude.
Yeah.
White boy. Think you're
White boy.
Yeah.
Ooh, another white boy with a podcast.
Crypto, Jim Bro, another white boy with a podcast.
So
Get
yeah, I'm
wrecked,
thinking
Mulv.
legs.
Okay. Well, if we're talking legs, then let's. I mean, we're both in. Everybody's in on Bellingham, right? We're all agreed that.
I feel like that's probably done already. Would be my guess.
Ooh.
Just the vibe around everything, the stories that are coming out now that are starting to make more sense than they were maybe a month ago. Where a month ago it was like, oh, Real Madrid and Liverpool and blah, blah, blah. Okay, no, Real Madrid doesn't have the money. They just don't. So take that one out. Liverpool, one, don't have the money. Two, if you're Jude Bellingham, what the fuck is the point of going to Liverpool right now? You're going to go play under a manager who's kind of lost the team a little bit. They're in the middle of a rebuild. They're in the middle of the table. What am I going there for? They're going to build around me? Well, I don't necessarily want to be a guy that's waiting around for other players to show up when I know they spent most of their money to get me there. So then it leaves you with City. Pretty easy way to get there. City have the money. I think that depending on what happens with Gundogan, I mean, that's a guy that could walk straight into midfield as the other 8. He's got the legs. He's young, technically homegrown still. I don't know. I just feel like that one's probably done already. I don't see any other clubs that could do it.
Okay.
Chelsea has to offload so much. Like they have to offload so many players this summer that I don't know how you. I just don't know how they pull that off. You know?
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, so you mentioned Gundogan there, and he was sort of the topic of the stream. So, do we agree that the squad is a bit light?
In certain places, yeah.
Okay. My take on this, a lot of people are, suggesting that he might leave this summer, and he very well might. My deal is the squad is light enough to keep a player as good as Gundogan in the mix and transition him out of his role to transition it to somebody new while he's still here, instead of one in, one out sort of thing, where Gundogan goes and another guy comes in to take his minutes. He doesn't look like he's lost a step to me, and he's not really a guy that relies on his pace or anything like that.
Yeah, he's never been
he's
that.
still pretty deadly in the box. He's an ideal Guardiola player. I don't think he's past it yet. He's the type of guy that I would like to see us hold on to and keep him in the mix while we bring new blood in, instead of this in and out thing. I think you could sort of phase his minutes down and bring somebody in to replace them. Bernardo is the one for me that will probably go, just because he's been making a lot of noise about it. And I think if I'm Jude Bellingham, I don't come to City unless Bernardo goes, because I think those are the minutes that I would want if I was Jude Bellingham. So Gundo's just such a gem that I'd like to see him kept around. If we could give him a good deal, he's still playing at a very, very high level. Transition him out rather than ship him out suddenly is my take on it. What are your thoughts on that?
How long would that take for you?
I'd give him a 2-year deal.
Let me just check something real quick.
Okay.
So 2-year deal.
Who's Tarek with Gundo?
2-year deal, that would put him at 34, 35 years old.
Yeah.
Gundo's done a lot for this club.
On the minutes going down. Minutes going down.
I understand that. But that's assuming that Gundo would accept that. I'm not necessarily sure that he would. Because if he still feels like, well, you're clearly keeping me here for a reason, you think I'm good enough to play, I should be playing. I think if we're going to do what it looks like we're going to do, which is we kind of already started with an overhaul, I think you just got to do it. Because you're not going to bring in a Bellingham for 150 million or whatever it is and say, okay, Jude, you're going to play 40% of the games.
No,
You're
no,
going to
no.
play 50% of the games. He's going to have to be more than 50% of the games.
Yeah,
So
he'd be 1-for-1 Bernardo for me, and he would get all of Bernardo's minutes, and possibly more, and the trailing some of the trailing Gundo minutes as well.
So Gundo starts in midfield more than Bernardo does.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I feel like it's sort of 50-50.
I don't think so, because I think Bernardo plays that weird left back thing sometimes, and then Gundogan's pushed up next to one of the strikers.
Yeah.
So I think as a money thing, we might be looking 1-for-1 there. You know, we'd pay a little bit more for Bellingham than we would get back for Bernardo, but
Yeah.
just in terms of cash flow, I'm with you. But no, I think you just got to rip the Band-Aid off, honestly. If a deal is Gundogan a free at the end of this year? Yeah.
He's one of these guys that runs his deals down and then signs.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Like Pep, kind of.
Yeah, I think I get what you're saying. I just don't know how you bring in the caliber of player that or the profile that we're looking for that other 8, and then tell that guy, hey, for the first season, you're a backup.
No, I don't see. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying
I'm trying to figure out the shape of the team here then, because Kevin's one of the 8s, Rodri's the 6, and Gundo's the other 8. So who is this other midfielder?
I would suggest Bellingham comes in next to KDB with Rodri behind them.
So where's Gundogan?
He's rotating in.
Well, you said so Gundogan's minutes are going down just starting next season. He's on the decline, because the way you made it sound originally was next season he's still the guy, and then it goes down after that.
No, I think next season it would start to come down a little bit.
Okay, yeah, I disagree with you. I think if you're gonna bring in somebody like that, you've got to just bring in the guy.
Your assumption is that these guys stay fit all the time, and that won't happen. I mean, they'll get injuries. I mean, I think there's amongst those 3 8s, Bellingham, KDB, and Gundo, I think there'd be plenty of time to go around.
That's not my assumption at all. My assumption.
You're suggesting Gundo would have a reduced role, but I don't think it would be mightily reduced. I think it would have to be,
because how are you selling this move to Jude Bellingham then?
Bernardo's gone. You get all those minutes.
Bernardo, Gundogan is the other 8. It's Kevin and Gundogan.
Well, and Bernardo. He's just playing in a weird spot right now, because he's the best option for that left back role. That funny
right. So we want to use Bellingham as a left back now.
I didn't say that.
But this is the issue. Like you're saying, well, he gets the Bernardo minutes. Well, Bernardo's playing this weird left back role. Well, Bellingham's not going to play that position. He's not going to play this weird left back role. So he's going to be the 8.
Nope. Yep.
So that's Gundogan.
He's going to be one of the 3 8s.
Okay. So, well, yeah. I just disagree with you. I don't think he would agree to come here to split that much time. And I just think if we're going to do an overhaul, you got to do an overhaul. You just got to do it. You know, it sucks for sure, but you look at the names we're being linked with. We're being linked with more than just Bellingham. You know, like Kovacic has come up recently. I think that's a guy that's probably in the mold of giving Kevin a break, because he'll sit a little bit deeper. He can play the ball from deeper positions.
I like Kovacic a lot. I just feel like he might be too old. Like, if you're going to move out Bernardo and Gundogan, I don't know why you'd replace him with a 29-year-old.
Because it's a short term fix.
Just keep Gundo.
Well, I'd rather have a 29-year-old than a 32-year-old. That's a pretty easy fix. Because in 2 years, Gundo's going to be 34, 35, and Kovacic is going to be 31.
Yeah,
In 2 years, he's still going to be younger than the guy I have now.
it's just not that big of a difference for me. If we're gonna swap them out, get somebody of a younger profile in.
Well, yeah, but it's that's a lot easier said than done in the current market, especially with the financial rules. Like, if we know we're going to drop 150 on one guy and everyone's up our ass all the time about finances, you can't just be like, all right, I'm going to go fucking here 150 on him, another 100 on that guy over there. It's not going to happen. And we're not going to have that much money coming in, I don't think. Because if Gundo leaves, that's a free.
Mm-hmm.
If Bernardo leaves, depends who's got money, honestly, because Barcelona doesn't have any. So unless PSG come knocking, and that's questionable.
You talking Bernardo?
Yeah, I don't know where he'd go.
Yeah.
Italy doesn't have cash.
He's done so much to drop his value by chirping all the time.
Well, I mean, I don't know if it's just he's just become a pain in the ass now. So the club would probably take less. I think his value is probably the same, but the club is just like, whatever, get it out of here.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, but no, I think Gundogan, we'll see what happens with Gundogan, but I think Bellingham's a must. I think, I don't know, I really wouldn't hate to see Phil actually play as an 8 next season. You want to talk about, okay, there, how about that? If we want to do, you talk about 1-for-1, right? 1-for-1, Phil for Bernardo. Okay?
Okay.
Bellingham for Gundo. Okay, I know, just go with me here.
Yeah.
So we got 3 8s.
Okay.
Yeah. Pick a winger. Just find one,
buy a winger.
Buy a winger.
Mm.
Because Bernardo's had to play out there a few times. It's mostly just Mahrez and Grealish, and Phil when he's fit. I think you get a winger. Maybe that's a way around it.
What? How many net new players would you like to see us have next season?
This summer?
Yeah.
3.
Add 3 to the mix. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the same. 2 or 3. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think 3 makes the most sense. I think realistically, there's probably 2 at least that go out. I could see one of the center backs leaving, and that's probably it. Would be my guess. Cancelo thing is up as a mystery. Who knows if he's actually going to come back? I mean, that seems like he should just get sold, but Bayern's loan doesn't have an option for that. So somebody else will have to come in with money.
He'll go for cheap, or he'll rot in the reserves. Is my guess. I mean, somebody, a high-profile player in world football that just gets binned off in the middle of the season. I mean, that's a burnt bridge. You know what I mean? I know he's trying his best in the papers to make nice, but nah, you don't bin off somebody that talented unless you really want them gone.
I see in the chat they're talking about Palmer a little bit.
Yeah.
Here's the deal with Cole Palmer. I see Muddy says he's going to go on loan. Johnny said he needs more minutes. I agree that he needs more minutes, but when he has minutes, he needs to show more. Because I don't think he's been stellar this season, at least. I think he was better off the bench last season than he was this season. I mean, that's a very on-brand thing down there. Cancelo for Davies. So I think if Cole Palmer goes on loan, that's it for him at City. Because we don't loan players out. So this is another conversation that I've had via text message for about 3 weeks. Romeo Lavia. This guy's so good. We need him back at City. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Why don't we do the buyback clause? Why don't we activate that? Yada yada yada. Show me an example where City has activated a buyback clause. Doesn't happen.
Angelino, but
even then, that's a Pellegrini. I don't want to talk about it. He was so misused. But we just don't do that. And can someone ban Adam Cheslock? Put that on the screen. Put that shit on the screen. Or no, Johnny Metallica. Sorry. I didn't mean to.
Johnny, what's Johnny doing?
Brother? Not in here. No. Actually, go wash your mouth out, dude. Eat a bar of soap. That's fucking shit. Yeah, no, so Palmer, Romeo Lavia, Tommy Doyle,
Adam got astray.
yeah, that's sorry, brother. You were right under him. I think when City loans players out, it's because they're looking to sell. It's not because they're looking to bring them back to get minutes. I think there's a reason we sold Lavia as opposed to loaning him. There's a reason we sold Bazunu as opposed to loaning him. Those guys aren't in the plans for whatever reason. That's just kind of how it is. Yeah. And honestly, if you brought Lavia back, he's third string anyways. He's behind Phillips, I think. Because otherwise we wouldn't have sold him. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's with as far as Palmer goes. If we loan him out next season, he's not going to be a City player in the future.
So the three new bodies.
Yep.
What would their positions be?
2 midfielders and one either a left back or a winger.
Okay. 2 midfielders.
I think so.
So
because I think Kevin's going to need more breaks.
Okay.
Like I would like to be 2 deep at each 8.
Yeah.
I think we have to be. I'm not so worried about the wings as much because I think we there's a little bit more play there because Pep changes the system up enough that sometimes we don't have wingers. Sometimes it's 2 strikers in there. Sometimes it's just this kind of amalgamation of players.
That's where Phil and possibly Jack help you out quite a bit, right? Because
big time.
In a pinch, they could move into the middle. Interesting.
Actually, Daniel's got a good point there.
Yeah.
Just popped up. Why are people sleeping on Perrone? Generally think he can be the Gundo replacement. So I just need to see more of him. I don't know if we're sleeping on him so much as he's played, 48 minutes. And that's a tough sell to be like, okay, he's played a little over a half.
Yeah.
He's a guy?
Pep's admitted to not really knowing much about him. So I don't know how
could he? I don't see Pep watching a bunch of the Argentine league, if we're being completely honest. I mean, he might be the guy.
It is possible. We just don't know yet.
Yeah, and I think I need to see more of him just to figure out what his style is. Like, was he brought in to be an 8? Was he brought in to be a 6? Was he brought in to be the Bernardo thing, where it's just this kind of all over the place type midfielder? I just need to see more of him. And I still think, even with him there, I still think we bring in 2 midfielders.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I would just like to hope that we hold on to Gundogan. That's my point. Like I don't, unless somebody like a Bellingham, somebody of the very most top quality that's trying to come in goes, yeah, you've got too many. There's too much competition there, right? If I would absolutely let Gundogan go if Jude Bellingham is going, I'm not coming there if you've still got all those 8s there, right? Yeah. I'd be okay. Yeah. All right, Gundo. Sorry, mate. Gotta go. But if you can possibly, and Gundo wants to stay, I think he would be a great squad guy. I think he's earned it. It's like you said, A, whether he wants to do it, and B, whether his presence turns off potential new recruits, right?
Yeah.
But I just think he's very underrated outside of City circles, and I think even within City circles, the stuff that he's done, perfect Guardiola player. I think you try to hold on to him for his versatility. He's still playing at the top level. So I would
Yeah,
love for him to stay around.
and I'm not shitting on him.
No.
This ain't personal. This is business. And at the end of the day, the business end of me says, if Jude Bellingham comes in, it has nothing to do with Bernardo Silva. It has everything to do with Gundogan.
Really?
To me, yeah, because I think Bernardo Silva is a foregone conclusion that he's going. Before the season, I think it was a thing of like he wants out. Everyone knows he wants out. The Bellingham thing wasn't even that. I mean, that wasn't for sure yet. You know.
They to me just seem like the two that are sort of connected, Bernardo and Bellingham, in terms of Bernardo's wages would go to Bellingham, minutes. I know Bernardo's playing in weird positions at the minute, but he'd be the one. If I was in Bellingham's shoes, I'd be going, he has to leave.
I'd be pointing at Gundogan because I think Gundogan plays Bellingham's position more often.
Fair enough. Yep.
But yeah, that's how I think that would go. As far as anybody else, find me a midfielder somewhere. And then yeah, a left back, please. Like an actual real life, God's honest left back. Doesn't even have to be the best one in the world. Just
Do you think
a guy that can start every week is fine.
the names that are being thrown around are obviously like very high quality, right?
Right,
Do you think there's any names? Do you think we'll be bringing in some guys that are maybe more project types, or less,
Yeah.
profile? Less
At this
profile
point,
guys?
At this point, it's hard to tell because we've done both over there. We've brought in high profile guys. I mean, Ben Mendy, when we brought him in, was one of the more high profile left backs on the planet.
Yeah, it was brilliant.
And then we had Zinchenko, project. Then we had Cancelo, very high profile.
Yeah.
And now we've got Gomez, project.
Yeah.
So we've done it. We've done all of the things. Well, I think what I would like is just remember. Okay, this is going to be maybe a weird comparison, I guess, but remember the Barcelona team from like 2010, 2011, and the back line was Dani Alves, Piqué Puyol, and then Eric Abidal.
Yeah.
Okay, give me an Eric Abidal.
Okay. Yeah.
Just a guy that
Kind
I
of
know week in,
steady
week
Eddie.
out can play there. We can allow whoever's on the right to just go do what they want. Like Nathan Ake is kind of doing the Abidal thing right now, where it's like, is he necessarily a left back? No, but can he just do the thing we need him to do for now? For sure. But I think if Laporte leaves, I think Ake is going to get more center back minutes. So I think we need a guy that can just play over there and is just steady. I don't care if he's 30 years old. Just something to bridge a gap to just kind of lock shit down, and we don't have to worry about it. He's not flashy or anything. He just is good at playing there. Just something to kind of calm the waters, because for 50, what year is it? 2023. For at least a decade, we've been like, sure, it'd be nice to have a left back, huh?
Yeah.
Because it's been like, I mean, our best left backs of the past 10 years are Clichy and Kolarov.
Yeah.
And it's not really up for debate, I don't think.
Yep. My thoughts on who to bring in. I just want Pep to have options, mate. I feel like now more than ever, he's going to want different ways of playing because we're facing new ways of playing against us. I think before it seemed in my head there were two ways teams would play. They'd play wide open, Liverpool style, sort of go after us, and that was one way to do it. The other one is the very low block, and we were either playing one of those two teams. Now we got teams coming in doing mid blocks. Yep.
Man marking.
Yeah, all different sorts of ways to try and stop us. And I just think that Pep is going to he's sort of been known for playing in one way throughout his time at City. It was the hell for leather sort of Sane Sterling thing at the beginning.
Yep.
Then it was the false nine and it didn't vary much from those two things. Now I think more than ever he needs options in the side to be able to try different approaches depending on who we're playing. So while I would suggest a left back and I would suggest a right-footed right winger, right, which are two things we don't have right now. I would like to give him those pieces, even though he doesn't really use them at the moment. I'd like him to at least have those pieces so he can try them in the future. Because I think he's just going to need a multitude of options to be able to break down some of these new ideas that we're getting faced with. So, left back, right winger with a right foot. And yeah, I'd like to end up with more midfielders than we finished this season with.
Okay. All right. So, yeah. So I saw, so in the chat, A. Witherspoon said Pep's really trying to stick with this back three. Look, I don't hate the idea of, like, I'm not against, just because of the way we play, abandoning fullbacks entirely. Play with a back three. Play with two in front of them, right? Everybody else goes forward.
Yeah.
When we don't have the ball, your center back spread, your outside center backs just spread real wide. The shield kind of in front of the middle center back just tries to clog gaps, and then you've got five in front of them to go crazy. I don't hate that idea, but because I think the way things look right now, I wouldn't be shocked if Kyle Walker transitions to one of our center backs next season, and we do go with a back three, where you'll have a back three of, and try to keep your pants on for this, like Walker, Stones, and Diaz and then like Rodri and Bellingham in front of him.
Wow. So no nominal left back at all.
Not even a nominal right back. Kyle Walker is the right center back. John Stones in the middle. Diaz is the left center back.
But no
or
wing
Ake.
back.
No,
Like when you think back three,
because we don't use them. We don't use them anyways. Look at our wingers are the there's never anybody doing overlapping runs for us anymore. So I don't know. I could see us going. I mean, if I go break out inverting the pyramid back there, I'm sure I could find the old, I think it was a WM, I think it was called, but it's basically that, where it's 3-2-2-3. So you'd have a square in midfield, and then you'd still have Grealish, Holland, and whoever on the right. I just we don't use fullbacks. We don't use wingbacks. We don't. When we do have a fullback in there, he plays in midfield. So like, don't have him. Just.
But this is kind of what I'm saying. Like, that may very well be one of the main setups. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there will be times when he'll want the option to do a traditional back four. You know.
Okay.
You'd always have one of them. One of them would probably be bombing, right? But I just want him to have the versatility in the squad to play multiple systems, depending on who we're playing against. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. I think that's the way that Pep is. I think this three at the back thing is the way that Pep is going to try to combat mid blocks and man marking. Because I think if you create that box in midfield, I think you mess up a lot of the ways that teams can man mark, and teams, like if they do a mid block, you're always going to have players in front of and behind the middle line of the block. And then you'll have players up against their back line. So I don't know. I just think it's a way that he could probably do it.
A lot of top level tacticians in the chat, mate.
Yeah. I'm seeing numbers.
AA Witherspoon, Rico Lewis will bomb down the channels. I like that.
Yep. And that's if we go traditional back four. I think it's Ake on the left and Rico Lewis on the right. Ake stays back. Ake does the Abidal thing. Rico Lewis does the Danny Alves thing, except not all the crime.
Paul is in the chat. 1920s Renaissance. I think that's a reference to the Charleston, maybe. Yeah,
he's big into flappers. Big Boardwalk Empire guy.
Big Joey Gatsby guy.
Big Babe Ruth guy.
Let's see. Big shout for
Oh man.
Scott Carson in the chat.
Well, that's one we haven't considered. What about Scott Carson at left back? Old Scooter Carson over there on the left. Come on, Daddy.
Let's see. Abidal was a midfielder and Pep made him a left back. All right. Nice. Standard for Pep.
True.
Delph on the shelf. Thank you, Ethan. Oh, dear. All right.
Look at the WM people coming out, dude. I'm telling you, the nerds
They're
are out
out there,
here,
man.
Daddy.
And here's, I mean, even this guy's initials are MW. So
True.
he wants to invert it. Nice one, Muddy.
We're in the Matrix, bro. I swear. Yeah,
excellent stuff in the chat.
I think that's probably the way we go, honestly.
Okay. Let's switch gears for the last time, mate. And this weekend, Saturday, early.
True.
City take on high-flying Newcastle.
If we're being honest, this is McCune hours, this game.
Yeah. These are where the real gangsters turn up.
You kidding me, dude? I'm going to show up with a gun. No, I'm not. Sorry.
That seems unnecessary.
Sorry, I had an out-of-body experience just then.
More of a knife. What about a knife? Joey, what you got?
I've got a knife.
Yes, Jake, we will teach Joey the Awu song on Saturday morning.
Great. I can't wait for that, honestly.
Yeah. Okay, mate. So Newcastle chilling around what, 4th place, something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
Having a good season. Unfortunately, couldn't get the Carabao Cup off the rags. That was a shame.
You know, I would have loved it if they beat them.
Would you?
Love it.
Would you, Kevin? Talking to 3 at the back. Wow. So this is at home. This is at the Etihad. I was saying, was it on the podcast that I kind of looking forward to this match because it's not the same old Newcastle we used to, where they used to really bunker in against us. The Rafa Benitez.
What was his name? Partridge.
Alan Partridge?
No, was it Partridge? No. What was his name? Pardew.
Oh, Alan Pardew.
Remember those Newcastle teams?
Oh, wow.
Whoa. Real ugly. Always had like
yeah.
They always had like a Senegalese striker or something. It was like
yeah.
Dembaba, Papi Cisse. Yeah.
Wow.
Old noggin. Steel trap up here, dude. Let me tell you.
Yeah. Nice one.
Jack Coolback.
Oh, Paul likes the song, the Awu song. He just doesn't like the Awu bit. Yeah,
so we got.
I'm with you, man. I think in Dallas we're probably gonna sing the original lyrics.
Too bad we're not on. If we were on Twitch, I could set up a poll right now, where I could be like Awu or not Awu.
Yeah. The Twitch Meister General,
Kind of one of the main guys.
is in the chat.
Of one of the main guys.
One of the main guys on Twitch FIFA.
True.
LB.
The mystic egg has arrived. Also, go to bed, brother. It's like 3 in the morning.
What's he doing?
It's on Jordy Porty hours, dude. They're up doing bad things. Ain't nothing good happens this time of night. Let me tell you.
Especially not this live stream.
Whoa.
So, how are you feeling about playing Newcastle, mate? What I was getting at is, I think we'll find them more open than we typically do.
Yeah.
This was, I think you reminded me, was a 3-3 away earlier in the season. This was the tucked in Kyle Walker game where San Maximan just ran wild, and starting from the center of the pitch, Kyle Walker couldn't catch him. So
imagine
let's not do that again.
Yeah, let's not just leave St. Maximin alone. Oh, just put that back up so I can look at something. Oh, I miss you so much.
Oh, Joe Hart, yeah. Give him a stroke, yeah.
Still using that good shampoo, dude. I can feel it.
Big up LB. Oh, new AA Witherspoon. Newcastle just can't score goals. A City will push through 2-0. All right.
Unless it's against City, in which case they can't score 3. Yeah, I'm excited about playing him though,
Yeah.
because I like Eddie Howe.
Yep.
I like what Eddie Howe does. I think he got shafted at Bournemouth, honestly. Like they gave him no money to work with, and then they didn't succeed, and they're like, this guy's a bum, and they kicked him out. And it's like then he went somewhere with just a little bit of money. Like he hasn't even been able to really spend yet, and they're in
Right.
fourth place. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm hoping they. This is in Manchester, yeah.
They're sort of in their Gareth Barry Colo Torre era.
True.
now.
Oh, what a good way to compare it. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. This is Nigel,
Yeah,
Jolian.
yeah.
Yeah, you've still got guys knocking around like Stuart Taylor, like you still
Craig
got
Bellamy,
Yeah.
Wayne Bridge.
Yeah. Well, man, there was some real doozies on that team. Stephen Ireland was in there.
That's the zone they're in at the moment.
Is Chris Wood there, Adebayor?
There you go. There you go.
They sold him. Damn, never mind. But yeah, I'm excited about playing them. I think that so I hope that they look at this game as a chance to move up the table and they come to play.
Yeah.
They don't play defensive because they're on the road. So I guess that's my hope for it.
Would you play double strikers, or would you chill out a bit?
No, I wouldn't do two in this one.
Okay.
I would play a front three of the lads though.
Okay.
I think that's got to happen. It's all it's done this year has been successful. When you played Jack, Holland, and Phil across the front, I defy anyone to show me stats that show that doesn't equal goals. And you literally can't do it because all of the times that it's been done, we've scored an ass load of goals. So give me that because you give me Phil Foden against Dan Burn. He'll tie that lanky fucker into knots, dude. Dan Burn he's only limbs. He doesn't have a torso. It's arms and legs that all connect at the spine. There's no ribs or anything.
Who would you play behind them? Was it KDB, Gundo, and Rodri?
Yeah, probably. Just because of their midfield, like I think. Tell you what, I wouldn't hate Bernardo in there just to put pressure on Bruno Guimaraes because that's going to be their outlet.
He good.
Yeah, he good. I mean, you could maybe put Gundo on him, but I just don't know that Gundo's going to pester somebody as much as Bernie will.
Yeah.
So I think this could be one where you see Kevin, Bernie, and Rodri maybe just to put pressure on Guimaraes. I think that's more of a reaction to the other team than it is, anything against Gundogan.
Gotcha. Well, if you throw Bernardo into the midfield three,
right,
then that suggests you'd be doing an Ake left back situation.
I think you have to right now.
Yeah. Okay.
He's the best one we got.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
Who would your right back be?
This is the correct way to phrase any of this, by the way.
Right wing Phil. Probably.
Yeah.
Just looking at him, I would get.
How dare you?
Brexit, innit? Oh dear.
What was the question? Who's right back?
Who would your right back be? Yeah. Rico or Walker or
fuck. Okay, so
letter.
Oh, baby, don't do it to me. So I think it should probably be Walker, but not tucked in. I can't stress that enough. Leave him wide.
Okay.
You have to leave him wide because we can't do what we did last time.
Well, Ake's not going to tuck in, so neither of the fullbacks are tucked in this.
I'd say Bernardo probably, or Kevin sits a little bit deeper maybe with Rodri. And it's also going to depend on how they come out. If they come out where they're not playing as high as they normally do, or they play a mid block or something, then you don't necessarily need anyone to tuck in. So I think, yeah, And that's the reason you play Walker. We just can't do what we did last time, bro, because like that was absolute tomfoolery, chicanery, shenanigans. Yeah,
That's fucked more than anything that I've ever fucked before.
you've really been working on the board this week, haven't you?
Doing some board stuff, yeah.
You work slow this week?
Like when it comes to when it comes to the board, I'm kind of one of the main guys.
True, that's what I've heard.
Yeah.
Kind of one of the main guys.
Oh shit. To anyone else, right now it's just LB in here, but like any other like city content people, just don't talk on whatever show you're on, because Mulv will find it and just rip the audio. Dude. I can't wait to the point. I think maybe 3 years time. You and me won't even have to do the show anymore.
Yeah, it'll just be buttons.
Just press buttons. It'd be great, honestly.
Jake and I conspired to get those drops.
No. Jake's a producer? He's a producer credit? Shit.
He helps me.
What a snake, dude. Jake the Snake Levitz, dude.
He scours YouTube looking for drops for me.
Wow.
Just don't
SpongeBob meme letter me, dude.
LB was one of the originals, I think, wasn't he?
Fucking hell, Roger, you dick.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell, Roger, you dick.
Also, I always forget the back, like the very low. Oh,
Jordy.
Yeah,
it was brilliant.
Very good. Yeah, I like that a lot.
Fucking hell, Roger, you dick.
Oh. Oh shit. Between City Extra, shout out, and 9320, I mean, just treasure troves of audio.
So good.
I love it so much.
I mean, yeah. We got the best teams. They are the best teams. They are the best teams.
Also, Howard singing "You'll Never Walk Alone." When you walk through a storm.
You walk through a storm, hold your head up high, and don't be afraid of the dark.
It's so good. Oh, Christ.
I've got them all at my fingertips now, by the way.
I know.
Look at this.
Oh, no. It's so big.
Bro. Hey.
That's a lot. That means you can... Did I see that you could scroll on that?
Yeah, you can scroll.
Brother! Oh, no one's safe.
That's right. Nobody's
If anyone voice messages me, I'm just going to send them to you. Oh,
anyways.
Shit. That's great.
Okay, I think we've...
Newcastle?
Centre-backs?
Diaz and Akanji. It's kind of like Stones. I saw Stones and Laporte are back in training, but like, do you throw them back in that quick? You know what I mean?
I don't think there's any need to, mate. Diaz is really giving us a lift, I think. And Akanji's been solid. He's probably the paciest of the bunch. So, and honestly, not too bothered. Let the other two get fully fit, is my opinion.
Yep, I'm with you on that. And then we've got. Let me look at. When is the next match after that?
Champions.
So good. Yeah, then there's a week off after that, bro.
So, is there? So
yeah,
CL Blue's gone with Stones and Diaz. Okay, I just get back that too, but
is Stones like back?
Gotta be careful with him. You gotta be
because
careful.
Didn't like him and Laporte both just get back in full training like today?
Yeah.
Bro, that's 2 days.
Yeah.
I'd say you run it back with Diaz and Akanji, and then you go into next weekend, and because next weekend, if you look at after this round, we've got the weekend match, Champions League match, and then it's the Burnley match, all in 7 days. Yeah, so I think that's when you bring back Stones, Laporte, in there. And you just pick you pick one. I think you just run it back with Diaz and Akanji right now. Everyone gets to train for a full week, and then you can kind of implement things with whoever at that point.
All right, let's wrap this up with just vibes, mate.
Okay.
How are you
sick.
feeling? I mean, we're still in, obviously.
Just in general, I'm tired.
How are the storms? Have the storms died down?
Yeah, I think so. It sounds like so the person above me moved out, and it sounds like that's why I keep looking up. Someone's definitely up there with a drill, and no one lives there. I keep thinking like fucking something's falling in. I hear like, and I'm like, I get paranoid, dude.
Ethan has managed to squeeze all the drops into one, into one message. I don't know do I have Sexy Burger Stain on here?
Shout out, Craig.
Oh.
Sexy Bergenstein.
Just all the drops, yeah.
It's so good.
I don't want to ruin it. I'm going to save some of this. Here we go. LB's got a question. You think Newcastle will shithouse it like they did at Arsenal or try and win the game because they're not in the top 4 anymore? I think you hinted at that earlier.
Yeah. So I think, well, I hope that they will look at this as a chance to steal points and they'll actually come to play. I would really hate if they showed up and it just fucking happened again. If they showed up and shithoused it, because that feels like, well, then what the fuck was the point then? Why did you even show up? Because you've got a chance to go into the Champions League spots, and you're going to show up against a team that's a few positions ahead of you, and just cross your fingers and hope it ends 0-0. Like, nah, bro, go for it.
They'll have taken confidence from scoring 3 against us last time.
You'd think so.
On it. Yeah. I know.
And
I mean,
and I'm sure losing the cup final would, you'd think they'd want to bounce back from that. You know what I mean?
I mean, we haven't been fantastic defensively. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So I think they'll go for it, man. But thanks for the question, LB. No, just vibes, mate.
Thanks, Mr. Egg. Isn't that what he's called?
Yeah.
Mr. Egg.
Second in the league. Quarterfinals of the FA. Is that
FA
Cup?
Cup
On that? FA
yes.
Cup.
Two massive clubs in the FA Cup quarterfinals right now. Manchester City Foot Club, Grimsby Town Football Club, who are just miles better than that.
Please let us get Grimsby and knock them out. That would be brilliant.
I want City Grimsby in the final, and I'm not kidding.
What are you gonna do?
Half and half body.
Mm-hmm.
Because like the financial side of me needs Grimsby to win.
Right.
Because shareholder. But the blue side of me.
All right, here we go. And let's put this to the test. Okay, let's put this to the test.
I'm celebrating either way.
Parallel universe.
Right.
Right.
The Shake buys Grimsby Town?
FC Dallas versus Grimsby.
Grimsby.
You would want Grimsby to beat FC Dallas.
It's not even close.
Okay, wow. I hope Jake logged off. Okay.
He's a big fish guy, I think. I think I've converted him.
Obviously, it's City above everything else, right? Unless maybe City played the Browns or something like that.
Yeah, go Brownies, dude. Honestly, I feel like City Grimsby would be one of the hardest watches of my life.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
It's
just because at this point,
or?
It's close. Yeah. I mean,
Wow.
Well, just because like the Grimsby thing started as a bit, but it's been almost a decade now.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's been almost 10 years.
Ellie doesn't like FC Dallas, apparently. Who does she support?
They don't have a team.
Oh, right. City, then.
Yeah. Well, I think she's a City. Yeah, see?
Oh, we got Jake and Ellie beef now. Jake and Ellie beef.
Hey. You two play nice. This is
beyond belief. Remember, City versus Grimsby being a league fixture.
This is facts right here, dude.
Yeah, that's true. So true.
John McAtee is still on loan at Grimsby. He's a Luton player now, but with how much money Grimsby have made on this cup run, they can almost buy him back. So, yeah, and he's a stud. I don't know. It's Grimsby's matchup this week in the quarterfinals is funny because it's if it was an Animal Kingdom battle, it is a derby because they got Brighton, so it's fish versus seagulls, and I think that's a tough one.
It's time the fish struck back, isn't it?
Exactly, the haddock, dude. They gotta go get him.
Haddock's leaping out of the water.
Yeah, like
just taking a
salmon,
shit
dude. Yeah,
for the seagulls,
headbutting those goofy bastards out the air.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
Fish.
MLS is popping off in the chat, mate. What's going on? What is
Oh, what are we
going
doing
on?
here? DC
What has
United,
happened here?
lame.
Wow.
City versus Adam. City versus Vinny is going to be tough. I will actually be watching that. I won't be in Dallas for that. I'm going to be
Mesquite.
nope. Worse. Way worse.
Garland. Oh no.
Way worse.
Oh no, Wiley.
Worse. Think poorer
Burleson.
and more humid.
Houston.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll be in Houston for that. So if anyone's
Okay.
down there,
What are you doing down there?
I'm just going.
Right.
You know.
Females,
Take-
isn't it?
Nope. Gonna go see the
Riz.
Michelle Shepard.
Riz.
Nope. Michelle Shepard.
Crime.
What is that? What does that mean, Jake?
Doing crime.
Joey gonna be a wet boy? Is it supposed to
No
rain?
idea. Maybe.
Maybe so. Maybe because I'll be dripping. Kids say that.
Tsunami.
God bless you.
No, seriously, let's wrap this up.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Yeah, right.
Still on for 3 trophies, yeah?
Yep.
How you
Yep, feeling
feeling
good.
about how many?
Dos.
Let's go.
Mhm,
That's brilliant. Brilliant.
Yeah, I'm thinking we do kind of end up with the single head is Houston, Dallas, or Austin the best spot. Dallas. Frank. Austin second, Houston is 15th on that list of 3. Yeah, so I think we probably do bring in the FA Cup. Because I think Pep's
Love
gonna,
it.
I think
Love
we're
it.
gonna do that.
Oh no. Don't do it.
They are the best teams. They are the best teams. They make friends.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't honestly know if I don't think this is the year for the Champions League probably. Although it would be the funniest one, because if we came in second in the Premier League and still won the Champions League and the FA Cup, hilarious move.
Okay, just quickly on the
Go on.
Champions League. Do you think there's anything about the way we're playing at the moment? I know we're a little bit Jekyll and Hyde, but things are starting to come together. Some of our players are starting to find form, some of our best players. But is there
Yep.
anything in the general setup, the approach, that leads you to believe we'll be better in the Champions League?
So when we're at our best, yes.
Okay.
Because European teams tend to play a little bit differently.
Is that because when we're at our best now we're more clinical, or
Yeah, we're more
Okay.
clinical. We create more, and I fancy us to win a 5-3. You know, like I just
Oh, wow.
I just think we can outscore people when we're at our
Okay.
best. Even when we're not great defensively, we
Yeah.
just score a bunch. So
Okay.
I think that's probably the main thing, and I don't know. I just think we're set up better to play against European teams than we are against English teams, because English teams do a lot of bunkering and they do a lot of just kind of fucking boring mid-block garbage, whereas European teams tend to play because you're in a knockout tournament. You have to win. You have to score goals. So yeah, I think with a little bit of luck, can maybe pull that off. The Premier League, that's the tough one. Hell yeah, dude. The Premier League is a tough one because we've got to beat Arsenal again. We more or less have to win out. and we have to hope Arsenal drops points somewhere, and that's just a lot. That's a lot out of our control. Whereas in the Champions League, everything is our control. It's just win. Beat what's in front of you. We don't have to rely on other results. You know what I mean? And the same with the FA Cup because it's all knockout tournaments. So yeah.
All right.
Go on.
Chances, percentage of winning the Premier League. That we will win the Premier League.
50-50.
Okay. FA Cup.
69.
Cheeky. That is so cheeky.
Joy McCune, host of Nosy Neighbor Man City.
Joe,
the
your,
worst.
your gloves from Umbro have shown up for FA Cup.
FA Cup. Ooh, it's decent.
Champions League.
Like 40.
Okay. 40.
But that's just because like
That's pretty good. I'll take that.
yeah, just because if we get past Leipzig, it's all going to depend on the draw. Because there's some paths there that aren't as bad. But yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
I feel good. I'm not as dejected as some City fans are. I haven't been poisoned by the timeline. My Twitter feed is curated to keep horse shit out of my eyes. It's great.
So I've seen a new name pop in, so let's react to
whom?
Umberto Zepeda.
Uh-huh.
Phillips is a very natural, talented player whom only needs to be motivated and guided by someone like Guardiola.
Uh-huh.
He'll amaze everyone, believers and non-believers, about him. Okay, so we got a Phillips backer here. I love it.
Yeah, I think Umberto's onto something there.
He's got it. This is
Yeah.
where I'm at with this guy. Yeah, just needs time. Just needs
Yep.
time.
Yep. I think he's onto
Thank you,
something.
Umberto. Appreciate
And
that.
It's first season. It's his first season. And he missed half of it because of a shoulder injury. Like,
Yeah.
so that's something that annoys me, and I think a lot of it is because of social media shit.
Thank you.
People are so quick to just throw players out. Like, this guy's not good enough, and it's like, if you go back and look at players under Guardiola that weren't at their best in their first season, you'd be amazed at how many guys that season 2, 3 dogs. Look at Jack Grealish 1 year ago today. We're all like, this guy is not worth the price. He's got to give us more, blah, blah, blah. Now, one of the first names on the team sheet, Nathan Ake. 50 million for this guy? He's a backup center back. What the fuck are we doing? Every week now. Put him at left back. Put him at center back. I don't care. I'll have him in there. Laporte for a minute when we bought him. I don't know. There's a bunch, bro. What do we got now?
What?
Did I miss something?
Nah, just Jake's all over the place.
No.
Who else? I mean,
he's on drugs.
You and I didn't think Rodri's first season was as bad as a lot of people thought it was.
Yeah, but I also wrote a lengthy article about how Rodri was the second coming of Sergio Busquets and was going to be like one of the best center back, one of the best defensive midfielders in the league.
But he certainly did improve first year to second year.
Yeah.
So another case of Bernardo, Mahrez, loads of guys really took off second year.
Yep.
Yeah,
Daniel. So Daniel says Phillips has Rodri in front of him. There's no way he's going to start over him. I don't think that's the point. I don't think the point is that Phillips is a Rodri replacement.
No.
I think Phillips is a Rodri alternative to give Rodri a break and to play Phillips in certain matches, either with Rodri or instead of Rodri, and that it makes more sense.
Totally. I still think he's the right profile that we needed.
Yep.
Yeah, just
Yep. It's just a different kind of six.
Yeah.
You can't have, if we had two guys that played the six the exact same way Rodri did, it wouldn't make any sense, because when you needed something else, what do? You don't have anything.
Yeah.
So I think we're fine.
Yeah.
I think Phillips is gonna be just fine.
Cool.
Ooh,
right.
Cheslock.
What's he doing?
Carson to start against Newcastle again. It worked last time.
I mean, to be fair, both goalkeepers took a knock in the cup game, so you never
True.
know.
Scooter Carson returns.
And then you know who the backup after that is.
The best goalkeeper that's ever lived, Kyle Walker, the Sheffield
right.
Leopard.
Yes, Phillips more the Fernandinho type. Agree with that, Muddy. Nice
That's
one,
been
mate.
that's a deep cut of Noisy Pod stuff.
Mhm.
We were saying that a long time ago. Why aren't we discussing Hamilton Ricard? Don't worry about it,
What-
Kevin.
Hamilton Ricard, what is that?
Hamilton Ricard is a player that we bought in the 2001, 2002.
Oh, it's Twitch shit.
Twitch shit. It's Noisy Pod shit, dude. It's lore. Now they're trying to
I
use.
love it.
Now Jake's trying to use Twitch commands. It's not going to work. Ah,
Big
damn
up the chat. The roses, everybody.
it.
Trying to
Yeah.
get
Thanks
to
for the
2K subs.
Thanks for the little
so,
crown.
Yeah. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Let's wrap up there, mate. This has been
Yeah.
really fun. Very streamy. Very stormy. Very
True.
thundery and lightningy.
Yeah. I got a little thunder and lightning for you, pal.
A lot of new names, a lot of new characters in the chat.
How's this
Welcome.
for thunder, huh?
A lot of the OGs as well. Thank you,
Yeah.
all of you, for joining us and having a little fun with us. So, next bit of content will be a pod next week.
Yeah,
early next week,
yeah, I
I'm
believe
sure.
so. Unless I get a wild hair up my ass on Sunday and do some stupid shit on Twitch, we'll see.
Always watch out for the wild hair noisy pod Twitch.
It is an
Uh,
absolute mess over there.
yeah.
It's fun. It's just very dumb, which on
Um,
brand.
We're trying to get a weekly one of these going again.
Yep.
If Joey and I can do it, we will. If
Yep.
we both can't do it, we'll bring somebody else in to help us. So we'll do more call-in shows. We'd like to really get the videos going again. So, yeah, podcasts, videos, all that shit coming your way. So,
Yeah, absolutely. That's it, everybody. Thanks so much for watching, for chatting, for hanging out. If you haven't already, like the video, subscribe to the channel, click the bell, all that shit. Follow us on Twitter at NoisyPod, hashtag AskNoisyPod if you have any questions. Yeah, if you want to support the show, noisypod.com, buy some swag, or go to patreon.com/noisypod, and for as little as $1 American dollar a month, you can support the show and help the boys. We appreciate everyone that does that already. You guys fucking rule. Other than that, yeah, we'll see you next time, whenever that is, either the podcast or Twitch or whatever. Thanks again for hanging out, everybody.
ta-ra.
Ta-ra!